I have answered those questions. So I'm very satisfied with my vetting, and I pray that everything is okay. I hope the committee is just as satisfied as I am. I think they will be. That I am very thankful to all of you for making the time to wait for us. I want to thank the rank and file of the party, and I think from vetting we are heading straight. As you know, I have just been in front of our vetting committee, and we have had very fruitful discussions. They've asked many questions, and I have answered those questions. So I'm very satisfied with my vetting, and I pray that everything is okay. I hope the committee is just as satisfied as I am. I think they will be. That I am very thankful to all of you for making the time to wait for us. I want to thank the rank and file of the party, and I think from vetting we are heading through the country to campaign. We are not taking anything for granted. We have to campaign very hard, sell our ideas, and sell the MPP so that we can secure this nomination and then proceed for the 2028 election. I want to thank all of you very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a vetting to see whether I qualify. And as a member of parliament, it's very easy to qualify for such a vetting unless you have any other thing against you. And I don't have anything, so we just had a normal conversation about how we're going to move our party forward. As far as I am concerned, it was a requirement that came with the forms that we have to pay a development fee. If you are a presidential candidate, you have to be able to demonstrate resourcefulness, to be able to mobilize what is required to fulfill the party's
chese wotate ne pa na emum ani me bosome na kan no ya du ne etoso edumiensa bosumi emirika ode ko na chese wo be ma fi se ye be koye nim ne ye be kase ye de afi be kwa wieye ne esi afimpinu ene aduonu nsia mu na botaye esi ye ni so ye tumi akwo a ye de mirika ene ekro eti wa ubibi a wo ye ne se ne esi kwon obia no hu se anwumrei se ye chiaw ne amwa kwaba e de aba bani ni susu a na afia ye womwei ye frɛ ne se 2025 afi wei then maka se ye betwira aba kosem bi efa 2025 ho a e wo se ne ye betwiro no eniema akoso wo mu woni ye bebo wodawuro nsachira ya aba ni nyina ye keka bomu a e wo se ye tumi nya bibi free afi mu ansa ne ye de akwawieye eti abusua yakwaje home aba ma mfa seda ma abena pokua ahwene ene eduru baabi ana udi nompe na gu baabi kakra na echesa ahomeji aba eti nna yasaba abena medase na ne ewomuo ne se anwumire yansa ne ebekọ yasempa so MPP amanyoko no mekan sa afi nya kogu ne esi afi foforo ye 2026 no ma afi bro nyankra minim se ne ombesi adi nafa efisa se ne nipa ni bia kan jagum wan ne bedi amanyoko nanim na watu franka ade amawon 2028 abato no mu no enya sem ketwa enna fom se obi aye nadwen so ye de ye manipa ba akọ se wo ma primu a wani e ka se obekọ bie ene afidie ya so panna de ni mo sem ya nam kan so ma me boa me nko bie development fee me ntua me nko eti omo hu ne se da bi ene ma sesa ye ntumi ebi asan eti wani wonya akukuduro ka se ye de ye sinsuom na ye bekọ no abusia se ye ni kura ye wonan ye wonan panimfo akọ wan na bedi kan wan na beto so mienu eti babi a wadu na che se kakran wo kọ na se kura de babi a yedu no panimfo ne se e wo se ye te committee campaign no amoye no e se campaign e bi nsamu na se na omode ba na emu ehye eti edu baby ne yesi mum focus eye campaign na mo ye talk to the delegates no mum fa masem if you have message mo de be ma delegates na present your message eno ni ade e woseko eti ebi kura de minim se committee ye be from pe eno wo ho eti nanwumre yi ye be hwe kamsa horo no de na free mu ba campaign no ebi ye wo de din anase omoje omahome ye be ko nansa na nabusua yati awrehosem na watwe awieye ne yati awrehosem no na watwe atwam ya awieye ene kai me asem a esiye sabre 2022 February busumi no ogefo busumi no mu awiase ya ye premto be kase ebo ene ba ye se kron kra sabre na minti dinda akatigome wahu wudu sini east honomo na se yadu mu wo bunu east yati an yati se sukufo nkwade ekọ school wo kono wode kanu we na ekọ se subonto ibi no wode ekọ enkwada 20 en wotimwo enkwada 20 na wo so mo crosse kronu omu wo mu ano enya de se omu betumi akọ school wo ho eti omu fro kanu na omu crosse ko another town na omu akọ school wo ho no mo nkwala ne cross nsuo no yesi akwala baako yo kan wo mu ete subonto no mu ose wo sanhia nom wo nsuo no omote su no mu ti osori gina mu ana ade nda butuye kwala 8 ene wuye na mienti a nanwumre yi abekai me sa asemi ye krachi east de yi asie no ene bebre yi asi wo magi mu ene sane ye de o manyi sika yetumi kase yetumi ahwehwɛ mu ahu se akwanhia bebrebe ekoso wo mayi nsuo so black voter ne nsuo aka no so no edumre bi professor Amiakumfi abreso yesi o ye ne ye hu ne se enua wo nsuo no mu eti ye twa sika to ho no mo ye mfa nkotutu sa enua no mfiri nsuo no mu ene eno ye de koyeye eno achi still no a subonto isa da abutu yesa komu a yese life jacket no e wosa amanfo hye no amanfo se ebi ho bon etu omhye life jacket no no wontimi mfa obi hu fifire nka no ho omanya yetimu a ye wo mra Omanya yetimu ayasheda ewo agencies ahorowo Ghana Maritime Authority no bone aka wo mu no ase chese wo wasedi adwuma esese wo ye wo mra ya yese wo befuru subonto no ahye life jacket no then no bi de ne parka say wo mo se wo mo nhye ne yakun amanfo ma ene die ye asie ene utia na chese number no akosoro na mente da se sa boat accident we ye bi asi o ya chiri wei anasa ya chiri wei ni nyina so no story ni di kan ba na wotia wutim se obi negligence wom obi mfonsuo wom na hwe ne de yakwada 14 years moso ontwi nipa 20 boat 14 years na kwala 14 years bicycle kura wutwi na ka agba ben wo so a wo kura wo ye pani no na kwada 14 years yes wono na wontwi subonto no nipa mako 20 adan yese ehonum de ya na nipa no experience na yakuma manfo makwa wo mente say ya kire obi yente ye dabia ye ne se du honum ane afre DC life jacket no mo so mo nhye na ye kasa na mo nimra no so na wetewete sam ne de akogu enti ye ntwea so nti wo bi nkasa asomasi anaso obenten wona wanye bwadwuma yie enti mra wo magim wafom ye de asotwe be ma wo a parent bi betumi ago ne ba tete akwada ama akwada na du be 15 years wadu be 10 years na nkwada mako edu na o mafirimu 80 na o mafirimu 15 na o mafirimu da bia ye ba ni abekenkan ni ama ya akọ Omai be na yetimu achese yenhia de mfiri ne esimu da yenhia bibi mfiri ne esimu ne esie ye ni DC akasa bebrebe mimi hu ne se nye DC nko na wose ye ne kasa yentumi nteki decision sese wunipa kro wo se wo bi hu bon enu nti life jacket no obi hye na wo nhya wo amfa wo de ama boat ne ye ma wo mfra enu no yentumi nhya sa amra no ye ma wo mfru wa bra wo nhye life jacket ye ntumi nya sa anhyehye ye no assemblies ahoro no ntumi nya sa anhyehye no kani wo na se ntumi nya sa anhyehye ye no ya chi nipa baako ya chi mienu ya chi miensa nkade we tu atwa because na me chronicle ma wo say a free professor me yakumfi abreso e ka say ye kotutu nua firi nsuom sanke ye nua no anka jai ye nipa ye hankasa ye suni ye ban say wono no wato botu no obi wo ho no mo a wo be pepani kura me na twie no akwada 14 years on tua ne ka akwada 14 years o si wontwi botu no akatua ben wo de be ma no enti won fa nipa ye experience nipa wo nimu enti kaniu no ona no sise wadidi ada amanfo ma na ewu a awofo nsunu gujam no ko he sise ona no anwumre wadi ne fufuo wadi ne mo wada amanfo ma afiri mu yanchi akokoba kra wo mu enti efiri chine ko yesre o asoye ehwe wo mayi eba ahyan sushan gina bia ntoto yeso no mamu me yanya ne sa ye be frefra be kode aye na ye mamu ya akọ na ya so anema na ye de akoma matai wo honum ne yawie yenkomu nsiase ne ehwe ne yebesi hwe ne meken sa sini east dia meken bra Facebook YouTube na behwa de wo de ehwe ne yesi ye atorenchem ne si ye 2022 no ena mpanimfo ka ase da bi ye mpese nkwada no be crosse ensuo no akobiem eti ese ni omo be ye ne se omo ma ho kwan na World Bank adawroma sikaba na yenhyeda ensi school ni bi ewo krom ho no mo eti nka nkwada no enya de se wo mbeka se ye twa kwai akoba bi foforo simple o enso be hwe project no a sika ye ready a yese yenye no yesi ye variation sa brofo terms akese na ye bwe ye nwie ye na mo ntomobo na munya adwuma no Church of Pentecost asọ dan na omode ma ase o se mo se mu si dan ne de ane nkwada ni ni kan kom na ye nhwe dan no mu si no 3 good years ni ye enye se sika ni wo sika wo ho no mo hwe video a wo hwe Facebook ni YouTube na dan ne ba bi adu no contractor na jai nam ne ba bi contractor no wagyan et ne baby a yenhu ne enne yete se ayi sa akete krache de no krache east de no se krache west de na ba no won se mpanimfo se dimirika eno so se ya ne ebeye no project no sini east de no eno ne konko video a wo hwei no wei eye ne mpanimfo na ye gya ne ho no mo se ya ye adwuma sika wo ho e wo se ye de eye adwuma no enu mponie ne sika wo ho no enu mponie yesi yesi da na nka ye na baby a yesi yesi da no senka DC bi ba wom MP bi ba wom pani bi ba wom aban pani bi anase etitiri umma ko suku wo ho no mo a kada wenki yesi awie enka sa dan a ye hwei ka yesi awie nka nya ne se dan no eda so konko wo no mo a yesi ye variation ti edan a World Bank sika wo ho no mo e wo se ye de eye no eno nie ene ye hwe ne ho no mo no eti abusua efri chineko asem we ye bedi akire wo bani ni sijumadi so ye bebo modern ye se Professor Christopher Amiakumfio mpanimfo a wo munim se adwuma boyi ni enti eda so gina baabi egina no ye bekom na na de na mede atwe wanim se MPP amanyoko no ye gina wonu mu akache ye hwe make say camps miensa na na ye ni won esi adwa Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia camp ene ye anamsini ewo ha dendende sada so na Kennedy Akompreko Japan former MP ne nanamsini ewo fie ha na Dr. Brian Champon na mpanimfo miensen na ye ne won ebesi adwa na ne me de ne se da bia ye tena sise ya behwe na ye mema no enkoa na de obaba akoka ho ne ye mede ewo papa no se enne ye nya obaba ko eka from the camp of Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia enne minua ba na ABC anamu every Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia camp enti se ne medical e de atwedwa no empanimfo miensa ye ne won esi adwa Dr. Akua Amwako ewo fie ha doc ejinamu ewo Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia camp na minua ba ma Pius enam Hajide ene onde me ka se me bo ene me fa no ho a menwie obia so me ka se obia kita pose wom obia baby obia free ba no okita pose enti mbabubo obia pose no mako lawyer Kobia mo a deputy spokesperson for ani pose no so ani achiremu na me hwe ni akowa bia sanimi anam si dupiti na chese dupiti die na chese u kitemu wo de ne yeden lawyer wo de ne yeden ona boke de me kana boafo ho o kana boafo ho u post no ye nhye da nyine ba akopɛ wo hu wo de no ye do kan boafo no abusua kasamafo wo call Dr. Brian Champon ne campus spokesperson for Brian Champon campaign team kasamafo no doso wo mu ba ko ene wo ha na ana wo de na wonko a honorable Pius wonko a woni champion mo doso o microphone ma me hwe pacho kasama me ya doso na chese o ka ho ma me hwe doc so de no Dr. Akua Mwako deputy spokesperson for Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia camp doc de ne no an no pacho mo aya de why dear pa he say G-Tech for amase yete doc no na chese wo de no mo ma ho na chese emu edu nti wo de no medical doctor na say de hia I me bachelor medical dental surgery a doctor for say mani abre pa nka ke be hu mu ana ye word no by say de chese say obia word yemfa ne say dentia oba we say and de wo feel say o main motivator we say obia I think that that's one of the main reasons of life it's all in them wa wo hwe de dentipa ye do ba ha na odisa enono echi and I think for me it has always been politics to be able to shape the nation building of our country from that perspective. Dr. Nede boy say they are because school baby. Dr. Pa baby. And I would any immediately be a for so na any biana.
Me cousin papa me on me but yeah, it was good to learn.
Results near good quiet medicine. Results near good.
But me that's here Juma a couple of hours a week.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Me that's here.
The politics in the part time man.
This is say doctor in the part time.
Doctors is near here more me that's it because and no so say na make us say e ka da bia me ba ye pious nie na me nua me lawyer mo na che say me ne omo a me ba me hwa me see na ma yi wo he so it's good say more ka hu bi when for na comes na to say
Mama means say you talk about the way and I be the kind thing mama the kind me kasa and no actually me da say na de ka mama nchia na minchia mpanyimfo a oni omo eyadwuma ewo samu fidie so enyimre na masana chia menuanom emienu a mene won ebedi nkomo enwumre na ma ayu anu aka se e kan de ahye nyame enuonyam se Yera, the next flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Brana Champong, ne campaign ekoye papa ekoye yeka e de ahye nyame enuonyam Yera abrewaye poma kwemu a yetutu na no vetting party no chere na say obetumi aba na ono so abe campaign fo no ho yaye ballot no na me Adom order number 2 na ballot na chi no osi fam ene osi ahene fo no edi nkomo na nisuade ho no ene eboa ohye ni enti a opese party no enya ne mojidie ohyase na no every Mantem Eastern Region yako Asante Mantem yakasa idie yawo Greater Accra na mama fa ba fidie so na me mfa asi the PSA mfama party mpenyin osi ahine for delegates no ofel kwanso a omo faji Yera Dr. Brana Champong o ma chere no do papa essential ne boss ono ana mo beto aba no ediama no nti asi the PSA na mewo ediama osi ahine for no nti campaign de ekoye papa komia kwakoye se campaign ukra no ono nkwa na yo ono nkwa na Dr. Brana Champong upa obetu me review news outlets na hwe say when was the last time impenyin for ni bi omako ahomojiemu the good thing about doctor and say ono no komia kwakoye se ono nkwa na wo adaje no all de ne ho abo afode he has the time, he has the energy and he has the resourcefulness to execute a rigorous campaign. 2028 yeni end this for na kosi akan o omo mfa boga enye swan no ti wo hia sebi bebunu bi amojamunu bi ogina ne na so mojamunu bi asebi wo ahonden no se ye be wura efie biemu ye be ko community biemu. That's the kind of campaign we are going to have to execute in 2028 if we really want to, because amnana eda yenim sesi na no de na esun unprecedented loss e bin see da MPP in who sa de bida 1.7 million 7 regions wo Ghana in presidential candidate constituency ba kokore ne ho we 7 regions: Volta region, Oti region, Upper East region, Upper West region, Bono East region, Western North region, and one other. 7 regions. Uba Western region, your presidential candidate, or we need constituency Bako, Takrade. That is Gladys Asman's Western region. Even Takrade no cry to me 300 for 20,000 over. Now no there 400. Uba Central region, yeah, we need 2 constituencies. Greater Accra, 34 constituencies. Yeah, your presidential candidate want 2. And you know, a Jumana diadem, no, Jumano so. And ya dear, ye bet to me, ye no. as business as usual. Yeti faako yempie telephone empenyefo no besrame ye yen kakra no ye hia ahonden fufro ye hia moja fufro. And I believe said Dr. Brana Champon the way are all yen and yamano a share party for no crime say a branty the kind of vigor I been here say be to me a pushy NDC for no out of the jubilee no ushemwa dance ye da family say on open a was have him no the campaign no e call but ni nyina mu no nyame na ye dan no nyame na si hene enti no empire na ye besre say ABY any etiefo find tie yera Dr. Brana Champo echi say nyame to isupa
we initial comment na yen ho
ana
na eno asoso na megina de abisa ba ko mienu ansa na wo ka bibi se ye hia obabuna obetimi atie simu ahodin mu aye adwuma no enti na mi bisa wo se nipa 9 so hwe nipa 9 no a ahodin hyede ni omo maka no mu ase basa omu lead. Is it about nipa no age ana say de wo ka say ye wo bi babuna ahodin wo mu a emente wona se papa
o debi ahodin the doctor the one nyame na me babeka age you na ahodin wasem. I'm just saying that I mean campaigns are very difficult. They are rigorous.
Activeness say we you active
well no they nyina ka ho and say campaign you no ye ken Dr. Brana Champon ogusu ni delegates for kasa ye ken ye kasa ya mejano wo landa de kotopon na me ba
no mo maka na tiada
nim to me kanesa nka me nim ameka
ye wo be
but anope yi no yeah but say na me say me so me dem na me ken nti obi betumi aka ne de me nim ne say ye sorry anope ya ye sorry anopa ye de kan ko ye meeting ewo kwewu yeshia nipa be 800 anopa bia ewo kwewu na ya drive every delegates for no na ya various regions various constituencies na omaba ye ma on training ye run say ompe atemdidie kasantwe ewo ni campaign mu ntino obi a obekasa ma no bia no ye pese ye ne nsinkonya na the do's and don'ts and kodia tem kasantwe say na into omo beba na ya ma on sa training no enti ye kasa yi ebinumu abedru omo beda ye kasa yi ebinumu eye training no ewo kwewu nkwetia ye rabe sorry ahomache 4 o'clock watuka akọ nkwetia na one ni nkrofo na kodi nkomo by 8 o'clock wa shase by 10 we simu abankran abaye 4 constituencies obe wie no na edu be 11 wakofia kogina homi ahomache 4 o'clock wa sene simu ejumaden and I'm saying that sajumaden no enuna yebeye in 2028 because omo aye ni omo esiaka no omo ye different kettle of fish.
What can be fa regions ahora Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ndi baby a wantumi anwen no o ka say ye flabera ye former flabera odi animu antimi anwen ne ha wabobobobo bia say as a party mo hwe mo modern mo a mo isolate nipa o lead mu no say wo na wantumi anwen ne anase ye party no say teamwork amoye mo modern mo anso Ghana fo ani ti o mo se mo nkwatena nchen kan mo betimi isolate say ti se multimedia adwumakui na say eniema yese ensida ba se wo de emfa say adwuma bi ne yese ankoye yese na akua mayi me ho say me de me nka ho multimedia de anyeyi a kwasitwum possible say so me contribution kan ho na hu ne sa
why
ana politics in the mon kan sa
well the me call baby fufro kra me I was merely stating the facts of your corner there be I was merely stating the facts of this is public record and yeah mini ne de kan media to dwa electoral commission credit to dwa enti enye asemfufuru bia. These are barely the facts, but you see, you have to understand that there's a difference between the kind of governance system we run, a presidential system, and a parliamentary system where binomoso eyo. And there's a reason why there's a candidate. What you must hear. Yen to me can say you co election candidate no ye blank na ye share party no modern bokeke na ye dia to aba. Yen to me can say yen sa and then who here mpo say ye be flag bearer.
Because after elections, no, committee report you by so what is almost say enye nu
nti wo na wo report no wo dem amwie na minimum baby a wo konya report na kan because report no dey state party secretary general secretary ni penyefo bi me hu nti na asema wo kan dey me nim baby a wo kwakọ hu everybody wo be chia masem no. I'm saying that yen to me nya ne say ye koto aba yen ni flag bearer na ya jina party no ahondin anani modern boss na ye to aba no. There's a reason why you're the candidate become. And see, there should be shared responsibility. The party may have some challenges, the government may have had some challenges, but it can go beyond that. We cannot say party no pay and I say buy no pay. But for the record, let me settle this matter. Say anka a buying performance na ye be share the atu abadia. Sector across sector. Be bia kire say MPP aban etwem yera na do dan kwakufo ado aban. Any Dr. Mahamudu aban etwem na no. Ejuma ya ye ebi mbada e wo Ghana. Really and truly unprecedented. Look, no, please don't put words in my mouth. What you must say? Share education. Why na year free SHS? Share health. Why na to me about starting as the number of hospitals that you have built? The sports sector. Before you ever even AstroTurf, so how many did we have? And then at the time of departure, how many did we have? Acquiring kilometers, really and truly unprecedented. And you know, say sana ye painted the MPP black, say sometimes it's very scandalizing. It's painful to hear. Sometimes even leading members of the party claim say MPP are buying an who says that? Where are the records? Where are the facts? The facts contradict that claim. I'm saying that, look, let's take it sector by sector. Na compared to Dr. John Dramani Mahama no BTN ni track record from 2012 to 2016. And that's a for 2009 po. The NDC cannot come close. Of course, a human institution, there may have been one or two fallibilities here and there. Nipa, we the from soba kumienu bi beba. Yera Kufuado, obeye flag bearer the first time, Kufuo ko. When the car said nam from soba kumienu eniho. That was the first time actually in 2008 when we tried to break the 8. In 2008, Nakufo be the 8 years, 2000 to 2008. When the car said Bibia things, there were some misgivings. In fact, in 2007, okay, say the so for be called Akosombo Somunko Bompaye. In 2007 to 2000, there was doom so crack. Yabe solve doom so no momono. NDC former yen doom so we inherited the doom so economy. Yabe solve doom so no momono. So an attempt to throw.
So once someone who can no. Untimi si su dianka say ebia Brian Camp ye no. Pay yen hwehwe mu ana ne ye nim no. We ka ho ne elusu ye. Eti yenye say because me wo say enye performance mo performance na nenye. Maybe so is it about the candidate? Wo si wo won cancer nti DNT na wo gidi se mu lusu ye.
Ninti aye lusu ye no edosun bebre
ene ye beba
na ye solve
okay ninti amulusu ye no meba o ma me nkodo ko no na ye nto aso doc so ma me na ye nko ye nim marila se kakra na Muko break.
There be many sure say that's the fair assessment, and I say no crabby album. First, me per se me da be a party for you now, mutie, will show you in your May. Say 2024 no. Be very serious at so MPP for you now. Defeats no. Nkofo per se yo mo yet to send near omonkwa no mabefi and omonkwa no more opposition. Party for you na me were Dr. Baumia, the whole team defeats they are there a can be because or no and nim a war ballot paper ne so inti sebe how be a unanke behane pa or invest in a daje or invest in resources yen na who campaigner era Baumia a crabia sen nikrom ha wanko inti e best me start say meda party for you now because you say it's been about 8 months since you didn't kugu ye call round na ye party for interact ya ultimately who say odono eda so wo ho ahonke kaneba sa morale na ye here to be able to fight ahead no eba nti bibia ye nije ho pa we are very happy say osno no ada form kakra but enye say we so we'll come back stronger and ho na me pese me dey start o question no I'll come to it un say we obi a onim ye Dr. Baumia asem way here ensample ye hu ne modern bo prior to 2016 and san MPP ba power or ye so visible as a vice president and we believe that that's one of the problems because me sure say NDC for aba abemwe ye ntese obi akra kase John Mahama Jenna government me boa enya de ayetate but say you born you run another din bia you about me din ka ho din is because he's very hardworking inti you start processes for MPP say be a new leader ya nyama bebre ya converting ya balloting ya start your party for bebre un say amendments be e party ni mo ya dig former executives ni ade na be kan ho say de be nkabom betimi aba party ni mo inti na ehu hia say ye be call round first na ye share sankofo no because omo be ka party ni decision making ho a check akra ti ye start say sapo one wa Ashanti region ya ba eastern region ya ba greater Accra and ye call central region and so anyame Adom Ukwada Wednesday ye best start polling station engagements no ewo Bono East region inti campaign ni de eguso den ya baby aye could be a ne delegates engage ya feedback ni very positive and me person me respond quickly to Niama a few things that have been said unse mitimi say opponents no krenim ebi omo break akra because candidates no money pray no it means omo break no menya ne ho asemaka because as a question now be first I was very happy about it MPP yina na ewom aban no it was a very big government na appointees no mo ye be 7,000 and na yina na yemfan say you mine for the past 8 years. You be cried any aban any government position. But ye she uncle for omutimi trying to send ye be on and now ye minister be our man or maybe be our farmer and we take collective responsibility. Idea who here pa. Into at a government no, it's very important that you take collective responsibility. And the area Dr. Baumia so is very important say ube take collective responsibility. Idea interesting will raise here say a lot of the opponents ni na you be na omuka bipa or MPP amamonimu maybe a ministers education maybe a ministers national security board chair near there and we all know how influential and omo MPP are buying them but I believe say the election no any number be we are not being fair to Ghanaians because omunim de enti omanto amai inti say nipa ko nim say ebia na biase ayedin sa time no na ne hu akere no inti na wanto aba and now a party ni na OPBB or the party na chibe 20 years na afi op scholarship amane ba yesu ntua ana bibisa NAC inti na wanto aba na as a party we are trying to rebuild now pesa obe cut to the nitty-gritty sɛ hu die nti paa na nipa buafu ya nipa ɛna ɔmubufu yɛ ɔmanto aba no nti I feel say it's very important say you be cut down to the cracks of the matter you be kwako investigate hu die nti paa nipa bufu yɛ sa ɔmameto aba na yɛtimi asolve sa problem na na di mpuntu beba na sɛ matete ya tete bebre na nkɔfo de kɔfa religion nkɔfo de kɔfa tribe but ye ni nkɔfo nso kasa ɛnyɛ science ye ne sa me hu ne sɛ ye ne Ghana phone di ne ye we have to be able to understand what exactly went wrong so that we can fix it. Number 2, and we've seen the trajectory of Ghana's politics. Free 92 eba. Say the yakase obiako election ba wedding kugu intime mebiwa. Sankanipa bebre intime ni president wa Ghana how. Yeshe president ayenya wo krom ha. Almost everybody contested a couple of times and san omo win. Rollins just started free military and or ne democratic netwaso. In fact, sir, Rollins time ne kwa when Timia handed over power mon one party NDC meboa. Ebe enneba Yerakofo ho. That time ni Yerakofo so contested a couple of times. Yeru na Adom so entimi anje power na free president Kofo ho. He tried a couple of times and san no succeed. Yeru na Adom so he also tried a couple of times and sana Otimia succeeded. Now, my favorite example, Krani Rajon Mahama, 2016, no nane ete akunyane so. Inti ono di ebetimi akasena the back stops with him. All the responsibility of his government was there 2016. And so NDC for Antona Anchene, omo value a ewo consistency mo. Omo kra no sa time na Rajon Mahama lose yen. Yanti bebre sena the whole party was trying to blame him for the defeats like it's happening now. Omo twaso. And na yeba 2024 unya the most unprecedented victory ever. Inti what's all this try is going to prove ne say untimi nkase obi akọ akensie baako anko ye inti yento ne nchene especially when you cannot say anything categorical say ye papa yinti ne di nkuku then you want to come and look at the flip side as a busua MPP as a family MPP ye de papa yako de inti na in the first place you choosing no ye hu bibi woni mu ye hu ni sune ne ban say ye de ahenie ne mana obetimi aputi party ni together obi a yenyina ye betimi ye de na chi as a party. That was one of the things he say ni sune ne ban ye obi a ye de present ma Ghana for a omo betimi ato because Ghana for ya chair over a period of time say obi penny and a leader or what ahobrase e ade ye gitum
eno na ye adwuma
me pacho mente question
me say eno na ye adwuma
say make it come back
because sa attributes a wo kan nyina no wo ho ena modern call 2024 elections ya anyi say na wo ka say ahobrase obetumi ede nka mumu abanim die wo ni team ni nyina modern call Ghana for say there bi tie ye adwuma
makasa free bebre na media and from everything I've said no it shows that there's a pattern wo krom ha usually ye nyina yenim ye nya ete ye party for yenim sa de na ye no 2024 de na ye pese ye no 2024 no na nya de da form nenya dia na edafo menya sure say mehu say menua pa o say usunity but ye nyina nim say ye ko breaking the 8 no nenya dia edafo. Number 2 na ye nyina ye wo krom ha ye hu say wiase nyina ye den after COVID. In fact there were so many reports a chere say cost of living na akosho we akosho intina nipa buafu. In fact 2024 around the whole world we are seeing na abanye omoko election bebre about 90% lose ye nuanum bebre o United Kingdom inti medio mo be example now omo conservative party na wo UK no we are very aligned to them as MPP and so ye conservative no matter na so be almost 14 years 2024 ni two omo very poto inti ye honso na candidates about 90%. And now, the trajectory of the world and politics of the world. That you nyina say BBC will we say na affect the economy no. Now we are simuye ding cost of living cost ra. Abanya also just as Pio said, and it was very true. Sector by sector analysis. Dia Iran anado oye bi pa. campaign nimu 2024. Now I was in charge of health. Inti me share that time most start here baby obe could be MPP ni ana obi a person no way argument. But yet na see I share data na ye comparative analysis. Not mu say juma die na ya ye bi pa. But na Ghana for me I mean who send I mean can this in a very calm way. But it wasn't sinking to them. Okay, they why here and what you want to say, because of the cost of living was so high, no, they were not ready to listen. Luckily enough, she say it's Musa Niama Bibre than meba side. Just to answer your question, no, it was a tough time. Niama Sasi we are usually no incumbent governments are punished.
Enti senke any other candidate na modern call ya apart from Dr. Mohamed Baumia so mfa from near working because na we are ye den you want to break the age and ye me wo na wabobosu
o believe in a researcher. There are a lot of research that have been done on this matter, and there are a lot of permutations that have been done. Say, especially Omo and Yomoko contest permutations. There's no way they would have been able to win. Because it was quite sometimes I feel like I say you're honest to people because you're a busia back you're one party. No matter what you obi elect flag bearer January. As a party, we have to win back the trust of the Ghanaian people. We have to win back the belief of the Ghanaian people. And to be able to do that, we have to understand what went wrong so that we can fix it. Into who did one wine and you are trying to run away from the grasp of the matter now, just because to be able to succeed, this to me a good nipakono or honey who fini unison chenia the waba also banya problems because no krena was say assembly was say cano yen shenka any day one wine. So it's very clear. And that's only Ghana for Kasawa Bontin. Many shows only be with the Kasawa Bontin. So I didn't know one to MPP. Nani Bakwa say Dr. Baumienti. It's
no TV one.
Let me minty.
More campaign
Mintibi. And now obeti say opponents they would suggest or say that coming from their imagination. But Omun provided evidence bear to that fact. Your real election there have been several research conducted and yet okay reports but we've all heard the summary. Omu be kind on National Council into me sure so boss say Mako Council and your assembly. Thank you to our General Secretary enumerated. So and no Conrad for your research. Global Info Analytics, but almost why research. They've been about 6. Me pesa data seminar and it me to me 90 pages, and you don't see in it anywhere or more attributed the loss largely to the candidates. And I'm so where. Oh, there you can rebut. We can go on your streets and do a straw poll. We have to be honest to the Ghanaian people. You lose election, but out of convenience, and the whole party now, because as I'm saying, after all of this, we have to go back to the Ghanaian people. And see, I was giving you the reasons why Dr. Baumia is still the best place to lead the party. Ye a good character no etunchenya. Ye candidate and everything. I want to situate it into the larger context of the election history of the country from 1992 up to now, because I know you're very documented into utimishe etimidike baby. There's no fresh candidate waiting me win the election. There's no fresh candidates. Oshemenim John Mahama, he was a sitting president. Now you're at Amel Sewu and now better
vice president.
No, he was the time that he won. Now a year at Amel Sade. Hana.
Son or vice and sana
or contested 2012. No, your president. So it's a little different of a situation. To be anyone contested first time winning. But you look at the caliber of Nipa Corner or the Nicole election. Now we say who repeat this caliber of person now will it be good for the country of Ghana? Number one, that's always something I look at. I say, mebuno ame wa MPP mwana, mebuno ame wa Ghana no. Me pe obi obedi menima, obeti midi mpuntu obi abakrom ha. Obeti midi insasaye bi abakrom ha. And na sa wo hwe yewura Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, ni na niswade hunu a ode to form Emma Ghana 2024 na. Me na me kasama for ma manifesto no on health. Sadana manifesto ye launch ye books ne bar out near dear me will be brigum if you kind book no front to back. It was after that na minya extra aration will be set Debbie. Dear bit ye be was say a boa papa. No so to me bits na akunya kese so as the final person at the backstops with him on no appointment. There's always that issue say oh now you're vice president na dear. But as I said earlier no yentis will be kajin na prof John Mahama Nana government, and we all know say the backstops with the president. Oh now you are president, how now your appointments in ultimate fire will be near there. So we can't say it's the same thing. And after looking at the vision of His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as a young person in the country, I believe say it should be our national duty to ensure say you bit me who the realization of our vision. So over business sector, I dread for there's a plan for them. Over Galamsey as Semia NDC for who say ya won Nancy inquire who say NDC for one of his proposals for Galamsey and personal action to be able to use geological survey. Yet say why near to me say Bank of Ghana for etimi up omo be come no nsem say here na ye come during 2022-2023 no one of the policies I Dr. Bawumia timi de buy a domestic gold purchase program and na boy amaya recover. Nti as a party as a co-MPP our opposition our Juma your main job in opposition ne say abanye nya de we enkoyi na wabeka che Ghana for say de we omo ye enkoyi ye ni say ya ebeboa na wo bi a or very clear vision for all these things already adan na opesa o this ani pakon eto nchen na okofa another candidate afei number 1 ye kofa ne hunsem aba na tape si yebo insensema afei na yekofa sa asem ni na aba na ya be pekwan a ye be ba be explain this manina. Number 2 afei na sa nipa ko so ko prepare ni vision aba nti as a young person as a daughter of the elephant of MPP no who obi a owo mu a ogina ne na so say just a character no or take a character box no preparedness or running mate party for ni na nim no you Dr. Bawumia I was starting a polling station ne Adie Interactive. It was around 2007 because na oye running mate to you and anado omunim ni sune ne ban omugine di omune na ye adwuma ache a omunim se papa ye tanechi a ye warehemu woni mu se number 1 ni remfie number 2 obetimi aye adwuma no nti ne preparedness no is not in doubt the timishan so party ni mu nyina so se oye MPP for there I mean I'm very proud because a lot of them are very prepared and they know what they are doing. But all party ni munyina so ultimately say you about me and jina ni na so pa. O share the reaction of the opponents cry ultimately say and know you're clear. And as a political party, my main farm anunsi. And so share as a political party idea who here nyina ye pe obi obetimi awe ni election ye pe obi o ye winnable candidates idea ya 2024 back nti number 1 we have that advantage of consistency so repeating the corner they cannot take away the fact that consistency
no sanya who can say de bia obi kwa ba ko a wonya de no kobie wa but ya de da ho no mo say eno a na be sisa history ni be repeat itself.
The truth is obi antimi nka say history will repeat itself but it's better than an assumption ana
you document that say my member lawyer so mame
me da was ne one we tie fo nyina anyway minia Steve Amwako on Dr. Chris on marketing this year to tie me Thomas me che omo last Friday if you had there me nyame Adom yakwa MP party a free party mpanyifo nyina ma ye ba se be balloting na yakwa ye balloting no nyame adaroma na mo kene
lawyer ben microphone mame
nyame Adom adaroma na kwa keno hine Japan it's me peke number 1 na ye ko ni nyina no say elections there they be our candidates beat me different positions e mo win President Mahama kwale number 8 win here and yeah number 1 na man for besides na number 1 na many na last election cry no general election Dr. Bawumia nya number 1 win inti Kenya number 1 any so last election they number 8 I'm making general election how can primary okay it's the last election general election okay number 1 now when it's number 1 na many any so and they no create. Now, sometimes no elections, no, it's also marketing. So they say they are torn. And number one, no dear, a torn no and heading. If we say, Chairman Kwesi Bokene can ask him, I will be anyone, I could be anyone. So be anyhow, I say, number one, what Mitchell number one, where who the another say, she knew where they will be him. See, yeah, no, in fact, US crowd there. Omo said number one want to cock and Omo be and pick one, sir. Omo random to be called police station, you know. Say, and the contest or number 3. We drew another police station and I just say, we should back around Casatoman because they felt it was an advantage. They felt it was an advantage. Now, it be to say divine, because I communicate with an etiquette. In fact, even though major prophecy didn't, I'm no money do her. There was a lawyer needed, and I'm evidence based. Also, for be fair. And also, I am more corner. We pick 3-1. I'm saying, and also 3-1 also. Actually, say, after you could draw and pa almost ye bay balloting me, no. The balloting actually, you know, ye coy, no, ye pick by coin, a betray, ye bay balloting and Cassana, quite best I'm picking. The first one, Reverend, former MPP Germany chairman, or pick number 3, and say, if we say we be number 1, not just say no man I want to go her sometimes because no one divine the her lawyer for any idea evidence base. So if we are so I second be when it ti afi am because me an ni gidie abom but
timude say no ne sofo no beka no munim say sofo si mo be yi wan be yi 3 mo yi 3 ti sofo se mo be wi ne ma wi ne awi
oh me can say awi ne awi but obi also no gidie no and nipa bebre nsenya nyankopon so fa nipa so kasa na me can make them a lawyer ni me am pay evidence based but sometimes we say the trajectory ne corner and I say eh and if papa say me okay if you na you fire gidie ntech
mo so fu no vision ni me hu ye me hwehwe na me hu ye me da ye na me hu ye Bernard ni di no say no msi bonu yi
Bernard Nelson nation ben you no na offer yes I call so mama nye clear na say prophecies no dey agwa na asema wan onkan kra do bia me kan you dey make it akọ na o say o ka be ko na so me number be ba o be show percentage be ka tell na so many amakasa bebre about candidates na no crani asema ko am person me correction kakra MPP election and will be a best selecting akono sebio enye sebia wakoba akunti ye best am afofro ye MPP abako semo the first person ye be MPP as a party ye do call election hey Professor Duboahin in fact time they no call election no na that time culture of silence just say chrome had not just a member in adwane na member nim Honorable Ken Japan and Kasa or catch us at time, no. I feel no matter danko buzia club or US. In fact, omo US for omo master certain country tax you and then crop for just kakra and the abebo party, no. In fact, omo bakra na no musro some fair porter. So jaba betchom. To omo fa plane ko si Togo. No mo de car afa border no me omo akro service be omo rem se kronfo and abebo party, no. Party is anyo me nyina Professor Duboahin ekoye no onya 1.2 million votes and a party for no who say hey said any year pe incident gen tokwa ni city la ye pese de fufuru NDC for na ye de beji to me no say papa ya sha si MY in fact Professor Duboahin was a call prime minister ni biem no party fan farmer no omre mama mpanyin for beji 1996 mpanyin for buy no the first time on 2.8 million votes. Not just saying vote Professor Duboahin nya no. Wonya no say mohumienu any actually be 140%. Mami afa phone so we exact calculation mami. Be 140%. Na that time President Kufuor MPP election year 1996 no. Ye to no so about 26th of April. Primaries. Ye cry no. Na ye say be Great Alliance and akamba nti time a party nya ekwe de be campaign akabe 4 months no nya sa 2.8 no na Ghana for hu say party for so rei Esare no kwa obeji tumi amai. Ampa enu nti ne modern bo nti no esare no kwa no chi tumi mai. Oji tumi mai onya 3.6. Yesa hanko yenim biem 2004 here approximately 4.5 million votes in MPP nya ko 4 I did nya second term. From 2004 to 2008 President Kufuor President Kufuor by on so Oshase in fact first round kwa lead second round na you be him saying election your second round no cry for example be announcement say enye conclusive say enko time no say when some kai na hu in fact President Kufuor cry convoy o man ntimi anko car so nyan ni nyina e chire no President Kufuor den maintaining 4.5 million votes na obeto no 2004 no a party for who say be me obomoden na in fact that time nya na MPP ni NDC MPP votes are na 0.23%. Yes no papa e born homoden ti enye den ye dey 2012 obeji to me amaye 2012 in fact Dr. Baumia ko jina court you and I were not there party kopem so Emma, in fact, court final decision by an saying 5-4. Court also the lawyers they can 5-4 a split decision. That just say Supreme Court judges quite won't quite move for cry say cry the slank MPP for day. Come side with us. It's here MPP for cry yet Hansi see a crano. Ye 3 months near the BI cast election in there. Ya winning a bibinti. The party phone say Kufuor born home day. Na in fact 2012 no cry there. Bibinti. A Johnson Sana court in the kind say be find the in your court 2016 election. Court 2016 election, President Kufuor nya 5.6 million votes and a DBG to me. Enya from 2016 court 2020 election. 2020 minister Mokaya Satan na yariaba COVID-19. Ya ma memone ya papa nom no musuo so mbekwa koto aba. If you say musuo so okona ohun kokan obi a abaka kra akwa koto de yariaba fie obi asuo so be start time panifo bebre kra. Enso so MPP ye vote na ye nya bi da. 6.7 million votes. And MPP team nyae. It's a 300 easy sign registration. And the nipa 1.7 million and a car voter roll so. It's in car party ye koko den aban ayebidie. Ke nim say kasa election no enka ye kwa ka anya hwe kra no kakra ye jama ye no ye ben den enka ye betimi asa enya. Enso so ankoba ne sa party no vote no take from 6.7 million votes by 4.6. Not just say you vote no swat saying by 2.1 million votes. Not say we a company and our market share reduced by 31.3%. Now, mame, o company and other show means that say on running na market share no so it is a basa kebe din sen ka be san dia shonensa. Na assembly you can ask to who to attribute the blame in that election to. When you say asema abeto so floor high seka. Na no kreni election e dey. E be kra me am MPP ni asebe me police station executive. If I no come organizer, me police station come chairman. Me chairman ho. E be asedi bia me no obi kasa ye kra nti no. E bia no obi anto ma party no. Nti reasons e ma lusu ye de bebre. Nanso asembia ne company bia na yehhesha ye wo se decision no ne obia ndi so obia rule say asem ese o multimedia ha o boss ne be friend first ansa na yehchemu a bia oso abe den abedru so if you say obia rule na o play no different aban de aban kese but election the wa wo ko na wo nim da so no ye obibi nti a ye ko election yi can before ye flag bearer if you say flag bearer no you expect to say party votes mbeba the any party ni bibia no so be den betwea ba ko ba bi to South Africa omo nya ne sa e ho no you say party nko na ekoto aba ma omo ye ko election ye hwehwe mu no party mpanyifo na kan fa Dr. Baumia akwa aka bi say reasons e ma ye lusu ye ba ko ye say arrogance of power ba ko ye say said he is kasem entoto ye ekoye yes him say sikasem to ye no dodo na ohwa the impact of the Russia-Ukraine war COVID-19 ewo ya ba mu no intimi yifio in fact na say World Bank report be by about 2012 2022 na reports no per say Ghana ha said ye na isi kasem city no enya tutoye ni nyina akra na bia na emu odin ti covid any Russia Ukraine war no buy no the pressure beto so and e cause cracks a e economy mi edin economy yedin ama mpema mpanyufo ye gige omo bonds a whole former chief justice ono kra de near sinko president nya nti ono de nke bia bibi ko de be hye no ho ye gine bonds party panyi bi pa me mbo ne din wa ha na emre bi na o ka na asem cheme obo na nikwa na obesu o party panyi pa de epia ne pious ye pon mebo ne di akyeremo na say ono so ne yire o musika nyina o mo nyina o de akwhye bonds yi mu bi o ena ya te bonds yi so enso so e communicator na akwakwoti na radio so no defend ade na okodu fie na yire se onim se ni kunu waye no be ma no se be ma enya asem no kwa enya nsem na ye ka yi akwa mitima kan ha but na che se ye sika sem na se ne epia kan no ye ko election 2016 Dr. Baumia ena ye flag bearer ena party ni sika sem hye ene president Kufado ka che se ono no ba bia na ho de ndru e ba se de sika sem hye ne ade wo no ye de be hye nipa ba akonsa Dr. Baumia na oba obema na hye enti ye be ko election ya na ye sika sem nkoye no Ghana fo no hu ne se ye sika sem ne ho hye nyina no ye ka se de kodan nipa ba akon na nipa ba akon no ene wo sa ahode no sa nimdie na obe ni yi enti Ghana fo no in as much as say benye blame ni nyina de ko no ho no Ghana fo na anti ase sa amaye enti yes ebu ho anye personal to him but Ghana fo attributed it personal to him if he say ono na ebe share sa abo no ono na Ghana fo hu no say obedi sa ade no hu dwuma amaye na two ene say aban mu no yes ebi aban nim na onye number 1 person in charge but ye number 1 free hoa one ever you see you can free hoa nya Brian ever number 2 and I fire before it's ye number 1 free hoa number 2 never aban structure na number 2 never obi a minister say be 80 obi board chairman crowd ye government agencies say be 300 nti mu ba ko board chairman na ye say ye hye pa ba responsibility and how things happen that wow yeah number 2 in fact issues crack say buy ama Ghana for any angie ho say dollar me call US kwa me masters na me nya scholarship academia scholarship no na say me gi loan so na say me free US buy pusu me bi say me $2,000 na me hwe dollar yi pa na say be adwuma kakra me ye hu ska nyina e ba me ho me sisa akutua ska no obi ma so a no be crossing come in default kana me forget America ma me nko kra biem but fa how no and ha businessmen nti nkofo businessmen ya ade a na omo support party ni nyina no e ma oma yeden oma ho den ba fom na me ba Kennedy so sisi as ye hwe party na ye pedo bit maka party na bumpa e yo na Abo Kennedy wa chain sa no wa chain ade no bebre so ma one example last
no wetim dia ka party na bum
eno na me ba no me ma me show me no first yeah time my party no ye ho che pa 2020 okay de kwa ma ye ho che 2020 ye win election for no
dia na ma ho chire mo
say ye call parliament na ya call parliament na afiade na pai nipa ba ko kan ye ho e from na MP onsu ko independent na party eja se party hye yenti che se emo eden a ye nya papa na be kan ye ho a MPP kwa yenti mi nya parliament kwa nya functional government na the chairman on the chairman issues the chairman say friend Kofinti ana akwakunti o yenti emo eden no ono Abo Kennedy ene soma no e man ko sisi sa asem no ansa ena party no eti ma benya sa extra person aka ye ho a ele ko election de bia me hu say something I answer in shop for no ye o mu bisa questions na election cry to hwi na say Kennedy awani a oba be support de bia na o mpeso minim say ana ebu ho ma sheda o say o mpeso mbebusa say Kennedy momu na ye to aba ni hwi a o mbe support the other and so last election last primaries after Kennedy lose here obviously supported Dr. Baumia to the sense of obviously 100 constituencies. In fact, 97, 100. I mean, 100, but 97 constituencies. Constituency Bia, Qua, Tunubutum, 100,000 cities. Or the Abua PC, or we are signing Dr. A vice presidential candidate, Dr. Boku Pempe, ebe here to, maybe Okubia or Tunubutum. Honorable Kennedy, it beats me as election 2028 ayekono. Election ahead. Now, election be ahead, no. Oh, quite you have to be prepared for anything, including even the possibility of a runoff. Now, imagine say MPP are call election 2028. Now, you see a call runoff. Alan Martin and Crawford or Makati or Mohefim na Omeyeno. Candidates see or Moko, why pana or Timino Betimi Alan Akokasa. So, and also then can people vote. Yes, last prime is a begging so many yankers or many yashi. We assume your 0.28. But also, Obekaya 2008, and we are Dano. Nanki has 0.23 and I carry a Haman present for our presence. Why party for no? Why the bit me Alan Nakasa? Say, Alan, you know, him say a party now, your honor. No, maybe I shut down Koye. I'm a Strominia, become a honor yanko. Why and I party for no? Our man called to Abano. Ubet my trio maba. Her party for man called to Abba. Doctor, no doctor, sorry. Yeah, I'm really affinity.
Wacheja. Nipa MPP. Wacheja. Nipa MPP Munina, and you bet me dear land. Abba back to MPP.
Candidates no.
Canada, Japan.
Oh, and they say obvious. Say, and I mean, last primaries, in fact.
Obia can't
my main can't simply me last primaries. Mr. Potty, Alan Martin, and son of free party, and I say, my dear, party nine, party make him. This is America. I said, man, you see, the friends over to Wabo another day, and nice be so. Messanka is Subium. Say, party him, say, you want your movement for change for, and not just in fact, Saturday, no more large and allergy. Now, if I see parts, some see people in the socialist movement, any party can or can simply say, MP phoning in a no, or share the or reach out an olive branch to other parties. Looking for the future, 2020 is a bit my idea, a bit my Koranov, and a bit baby cry, young Kabu movie, Keke Krana, Nay, Kennedy. Hey, IPAC, or Moko Hanim DC. I did back one, no, Omodia parties, no say. Almost me could be a party who are so no. Maybe the whole election when you have 5 votes class, you call IPAC, you see me take a decision, 30 political parties will be unpajanesa. Will be unpajanesa. I won't say, wow, we ain't any parties and can run the MPP and disobedience in power. Say, call is 1 man, 1 vote. That will say, will be how to say divorce in I or no in the executive, maybe 15. And so now, watch it. Yeah, Obia with me.
And he said, I can't pass it. And now, Banner said, Yato. Nase, can I win here? Obesan de Alanche Martin party.
Obetry. So when it's me for number, even as a party, Alan's what in the party. When it's man for number, say, Crana, and we are dane. Nay, be cray, copy run off. Be any party. Hey, watch it. I control let be. Time Alan resign. It was very profound. Control let be my party for. No, can say. Say no. Alan maybe a party. No, maybe what uncle year. Or no, just wait. But be brio party no my day. Or make or makumim.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's my for see abusia lawyer mo.
It's always my home.
Ye twi ho akwa banti. Lawyer mo a en wate ne nka no ma memfa o manfo adwenche o mo dia ba Facebook ani YouTube bi na ye nkoye nim. Abusia safe no wabie wafidi abani ni suzumedie so eni ne. MPP amanyoko no campaign team we kra de nye teams. If say ye wo say akwa next time ya na de kwam na eja Japan su team naba is already no office no e wo kwan no ho na chese na ni abre pa ono nko ana na office kro mfimfini pa ohu wo chese wo hwe ba bi onya office no Pyramid House na chese na ni abre me ka say empanimfo miensa ye no wasi adwa e wo fia sei ye wo doctor akua amoakon e wo fia sada so na lawyer kobiamoa e wo ha na minua bema Pius enam hajide so ewo fie ha madwencha amodi ababi misumidin e de akua boachiwe yi Adom frami ABY amejo so Emmanuel Saka de ayode aba wose akua baumia na ekọ ye frɛ no bawu truth bawu nokre ono a na beboa na phobia member wose akua kanafa edi ebie baby ade na durun de kana na ekro na Jesse Jakes GH wose na se kana we ni awie kana nya awe ni awie Paul Amenesoji wose akua nyankopon mo ho ban pa mitie mu fi Amasaman constituency enwumrei eho na mitie mu efinya menka mo ho na omoamo Philip Twumasi Amponsa wose akua media matie nipa ni nyina na nipa megidi ye se obetumi ama adwuma ama mabuna nya adwuma ye Canada compre kwa Japan anasako so de ayi ode aba anasako de wahi America de kono eso wose Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ebeboa ama MPP amanyoko no agina ye mesre delegates no omonkoto number 3 eno ene beboa party no ko mensa pillar 2 wose akua Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia na the best candidate obetumi aboa party no Chia Hajia Safia Mohammed Emame nyame enka ne ho ena mamehwe Mr. Irish de yode aba wose akua with Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia de victory is assured candidate bi ani ho no mo a obetumi aboa migidi yes MPP de Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ebeba Adom Yesu wose bi wa mechiamo kana na ekọ wono eni nipa a obetumi aboa MPP amanyoko no wo babia eniema adru good day junior wose ye honorable Kennedy Japan ena wafa ade na wie we hu hia se obi ya be ha ne ho ebiem ena Lydia J de ayo de abo se bi wan me de MPP amanyoko no menti o mase wo niema bi ho se we na eba ne yenuru ho kora o party na ankasa problem se wom ya nke wo se mpanimfo hwe etumi address the problems e wo party nu se ya ye pre no me kamechira wo se party na se aye poto eti anhwe ya ye beto awie no nipa obawe ni bia no o wasem ebo ne po enya de se obefa ne easy Gastiman o se bi why apart from Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia mi hu nipa wo bo wodin ne mpanimfo e wo hoyi omo represent omo yi mi hu obi obetumi lead party no a obeboa nipa wa mini business Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ono asokra na grassroots no enim no eti sene tie bia ono ana oberin Williams Brown o se akua bibia ni hon mo betumi stop say uda ba bia de adu no wo se Christian leader ewu Achian Kuma wo se akua say MPP amanyoko no different member bi na adwen say or contested Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia yes o lucky vision yes any pano na chese na ni so ade hunu kete wono a na obetimi aboa na na je de ayi ode aba o se akua enti mpese mi bi se o wo se ka kire ken nipa a wo si na namu no ma me se omo focus wo omo message omo de eba ho attacks emmoa wo mo won so ne de yode aba eno no mini aba me ba ha nwumre ono attack you say nipa fro bi dia ane wo ka say nwumre de on they were presenting a message kwabna agema de yode aba o say Canada Japan na the best candidate ena abana kantamanto o say akwie wana say MPP amanyoko no elutu o my Ghana some hu ne ekoso enewo o man mu Kingsley Jane was say Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia waye chese ade a waye ama MPP amanyoko no nyasem ketwa enso they are refusing to admit say Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia aboa party no na na champion so de bia ba was say akua Canada Japan wanwe awie o de ma obi anka ne obeka ken na ekro ono a na betimi a lead party no aboa ama niema etumi akọ nanimu abusua bibi ba na ne eba ne se enkwada ya tworo nsohwe no awie unim se sabri ya make se nsohwe tworo no ebi akwa awie ye na du sabri ya nkwada ne tifie no wonya hwe nya wanhwe ya na bonsama ma wadwuma ye wo ye oba tan a baby ayedu no ya depends down and level up about 2025 enkwala na tworo nsohwe awie no Eco Park mom nko ho kwaji omani kakra eno de ani di wachi eti wunya ne nsimu ma ebewi ase enkoka so na akwada no no ko ye na ne asi watron so hwe na wie ye mo nkwaje wani kakra na adwumadi ebekoso no swimming wom canopy walk se wom horse riding enwumo ankasa enuane so chese bibia bi ewom nyame ya adom a eye 300 Ghana cedis na wutua na wo ba no atumi akobi miaminu aba Emily Nyakon ene di animu Emily so de okasa ode nkwada no kwa na nidi wachi eti 300 Ghana cedis 18th October year na sebre no aso ano no betua 300 Ghana cedis niam amabobo so nyina no wo ba no be enjoy e we Eco Park onomo wo pese wo ginchemu ka we hu afre 0242 376226 0242 376226 so frɛ ya na kyɛ oba no ka ho a yɛde no ɛkɔ na bere no aso this year color party no ye ginamu den na this year so the samini ginam penny de penny na yenye kese so 40 Ghana cedis abusua ni nyina mu ye nipa 5 wo yire wo mamiensa faka ho na bra 40 Ghana cedis pe Adom FM color party no this year yese odo ne yede ekro eti Adom newsroom de bi e color na orange into beta ye chia na orange no di aba Legon Botanical Gardens one moana last year dem ko this year so ye kwaji ani obaduane kakra nsuo kakra family no kakra na chese odi aba abeji wani edu ba bia ye nto ha ni bi nguna ye enjoy brana be enjoy Adom FM color party 2025 date na nche ye jagumu a ubehu da ye de kɔ ne ne ewo mu onyinada ni nyina ye de ntutuye no egu akwamu a na chese uginamu na mesi sese ye mfa sasede wo fom eti the luckiest ye ka the luckiest a utia yeyie ne ehia so be dial *712# *712# boy ya option 1 no na chese waboso na ticket a wo beto na sign na wutua sika kakra bi free 1 Ghana cedi ekono yese wo de to bi nadi sika wo wini bebre ti ya catch say the luckiest a wuti na ayeyie ene yese fa sika kakra bi twa na di sika bebre abusuafo efri sabri ekono ye ma ye ho simanum na ye hwe ni suade hunu no message amode na mu because delegates ni bi tie dia na mode ekofom honomo na yempem kɔ yanim na ye na Franco Trading Enterprise so ase Papa Franco say Nokia phone, Samsung phone, iPhones ni nyina ye de biaba smart TVs, air conditioners, chest freezers, washing machines and a CCTV cameras na me se ba ku bia be kasa kromfo no du fie hono ma na ebisa no masa ehyen na wokro be be kakra the language ni nyina bebam so opese ubisa na obake na wa makromfo na kwa ba ni nyina abeti wom eti Papa Franco de bia modern gadgets and wode eba eti ye the CCTV cameras na ba kwa dabraka dan ya ne Roxy cinema di animhwe no okwa ubenya bi ato ena ABC game ani so ginam peke 3 letters wudi kan dial *262# obo anu wi a na 3 letters beba no wa peke o de 5 Ghana cedis eko na win 1 million Ghana cedis we e friend fa ketwa beje kese agura edi sika ba fie ne bi enie eti nyame domo ne ebobo na Adom TV ne ginamu ma wo yeye de a ene wawen wona wosene no mesa ahyase afiminu abema Pius so Pius yenhwe ni so ade hunu no
obi abenya
5 minutes
okay nti abo 9:36 me share na nia meshase no metu menu no mienu ifu se ye kan yasemu a se ye be say party ne din na ye dia peja ye nipa no ye nhwe ne ye se na menye number 1 na me ye number 2 na we are see ye din enti bebia ye lusu aba no
da we say ne nyamo ana mo kan ye
na me ka no so e kan sana na ye pese ye deflate from the issues na menu no so di DDP ya be money na sefo ya hwe ya ye bedin nkonim ne we nyame pengu de but afi we will have to go back to defend the same record that we no but it's my time is not correct. It's not correct. I don't know what platform which individual of the party gave these reasons. I'm not aware of that. Then you're careful because I just put it on record say your performance no. Yes, we are a party of mortals. ABM from Soba Kumyenu Biaba, but who the your performance MPP Udi to NDC for the no ya twa won until it could not be say Ghanaians rejected us based on our performance and chose an inferior government like the NDC. Again, many Abanaka say all parties post-COVID lost.
I didn't say all.
You say okay, you say okay. Well, that percentage is even wrong. And then you made direct reference to the UK Conservative Party. Yes, they lost, but as a result, they changed their leader. In fact, this Indian man, Rishi Sunak, was leader. But they brought by November, in July, the elections was in July of 2024. By the 2nd of November, they had changed Rishi Sunak, and so no, but you cited that example, said they lost as a consequence of the loss. They changed leadership, and so it is. In fact, Rishi Sunak announced on the floor. No, you are eating into my time. No, but I'm saying that Rishi Sunak after the records are there after the elections. No, on Wankasa Jina, the House of Commons, announced said he was going to step aside because he had led the party into a defeat. And so if you make reference to that,
how many PMs did the Conservative
but
Party
that is not
have?
the issue that you raised.
No,
you raised an issue of, so the point is about accepting responsibility for leading a party into a defeat.
No, that wasn't the point I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make was that incumbent
can I start my 5 minutes now?
Including the 14
no, but I'm saying that but
Conservative Party.
If you go to India, Modi won. Uko Canada, Justin Trudeau won.
Yes, those are
so even Nigeria, even they're not that like even Nigeria here, even Nigeria here. So we cannot have such low standards. MPP no say any bre. Na yenhu say nia ebinumu to me no. Yenso yebe to me aye. I will not say such low standards say obi elusu or baby intimi sumi lusu na there's no problem with it. Another low standard my sister said and say Yenkofa Mahama. If your analogy about Mahama losing an election and coming back is supposed to be followed there, Mahama lost. We say he came first, and then he actually won when on the first trial in 2012. Mahama was not a candidate contested a presidential elections before. Obaye 2012, the first time he's appeared on the presidential ballot, he won. Before him, Liman came the first time on the ballot paper, he won. Kwame Nkrumah, the first time he stood, he won.
They are all in the Fourth Republic.
Please, the references you made were in Ghana. You're talking about the history. I'm giving you.
Going to refer to what I said. You have to refer accurately.
Madam, can I have my 5 minutes?
No, then or use your own speech. Because if you are going to refer to what I said, then you have to quote me correctly. And I mean you equiamebwa. So because not there me and so there.
Not in Ghana about Tony free Fourth Republic. Why do they call it Fourth?
No. I started we Ghana Bakosem from 1994.
Na Ghana Bakosem is 92. Na Ghana Bakosem Minkotiu mi see Ghana ya Bakosem no. Nkofo bebre akọ elections the first time omu win.
O si de minua ne ka o de to aso ka wa.
What you say? Nkofo bebre by first time omu win. Even the Fourth Republic na oka no. John Dramani Mahama oba first time oba ni ballot paper so no win. And then you said that onu kurampono oba inconsistency. It's a consistency argument with reference to Mahama Nebedidia. Mahama lost in 2016, he lost again in 2020, and won in 2024. In Ghana for MPP4, because people come to elections and lose and finally lose. We cannot do that. There are people with the qualifications and the criteria, the plans and the strategies to win an elections first round, and one of those people is Dr. Brian Achampo. And so nobody should MPP for say I just say Obiko now we lose and sana obetumi win elections. Say who na want to me win election ya. Enu nchire say obia ba sa na beba no. That is the way that me person maker. Ena ebiom no me aba no ye bibia me de hu ya kakra. Ye kaya say MPP for na ye ko omunan so esre wo mo say omuntu aba no ma yen na yen di flag bearer no. Ye bonsu buo say wo mo no wo man to aba na anu MPP for na nto aba me try wa ha polling station executives now, me, I saw some of them even in the rain. Now omu nam kofi fiemu ye campaign bra party for no bra during the 2024. The least we can do is to sit on public radio and then condemn them, say abano ye MPP for no yankasa no yantuaba. I think that is most unfair. We shouldn't do that to our party people. If you were on the ground like I was as a parliamentary candidate, bra party for no polling station for no bray, and we want to throw them under the bus just because we want to make an excuse, it's quite unfortunate. Then, sister, finally, no, you asked the question, say, candidate, and I was very, very careful, say, I will not make this argument just about the candidate, because winning an election is a combination of many factors, including the candidate. But your co-election from 1996, 1992, dear Namen to me, the data for polling stations and constituencies. From 1996, Ushe Abana presidential candidate MPP, your presidential candidate Bianya, Uka parliamentary candidates no, Nini na Bumwa, Udi tutu presidential candidate Dianuwa. The presidential candidate always garners more votes. Onunya more votes. That is why we have come to the belief, say, all elections in Ghana are MPP Winibiano. It is driven and led by the presidential candidate. In 1996, the presidential candidate J. Kufuor vote on Yano, Wonya about 39% of the votes. All the NPP parliamentary candidates, 33%. In 2000, 56% for the presidential candidate, 44% for all the parliamentary candidates. The point I'm making is that Afibia Yekwakoto Abano, presidential candidate who carry party nina. Only in 2024, no, Yekwakoto Aba. Parliamentary candidates na uka ye vote no bomwa ye vote no be dosum chain presidential candidate no. It tells you say there may have been the party problems, but the party problems they would have visited the same on the parliamentary candidates. Miami Niaba Dokwa Ukoni constituency, she lost with about 5,000 votes in her constituency, the La Paz area. The presidential candidate in that same constituency lost, but with 11,000 votes. We should interrogate these matters. So we have to have candid conversations about this matter, and it doesn't mean say yempe Dr. Baumia sem, because a party needing kunimwa. Dr. Baumia yobia yenyina wo odoni obuo di mano. He can serve his country, he can serve his party without necessarily being president. Say eye dine say ye beton onwa. Say ye di afufro ti say Dr. Brian Achampwa ye tona amanfo beton ntemwa. Odin kunimwa ebe bua Dr. Baumia nankasa, ebe bua Kennedy ankasa. Dan say ye di omumu ba akube kwa yes an kodin kuku ya betine fie. Etino now to come there be 5 minutes now there mama nduri kwa. Debi me nim time mama shas here. And madam ibe mu be debi ebi wa wo yes am ne onya me debi and as am me be yon ti wo mam debi misro wo yes am me be yon
me nim so ma ba mu ntino won say meti ya me hwe me di 2 minutes account
me watch
me ana me the time no ma wo o watch na ebi ana nye ebi ana enye wo de ma me nkorans na ebi ka mesa ba wo da bi wo de ye o metina ha hwe o say yenkwa Doc, 5 minutes.
Okay, I'll try very hard. Don't say I did when I saw my Mikasa last because me no na year about me ho asem na omoka. Nti na saw my Mikasa last na metimi aka. Okay, my mentors. Don't say ubisa me nua pious say adenti na ne ofili say ne candidates ne betimi awin but wakane 5 minutes ni na wentimi an candidate the only argument all making and they say the only argument all making is say about me akobaku well Lucy inti enisi de never back but I was very happy so no our can same nature no he did not dispute say the best person to lead this country about me say hey also one can say you said he has the capability so if you didn't take it I said
he's a fine man. Kennedy is a fine man.
Okay,
that it will be difficult for him to win.
I am saying that he's the best man to leave and I don't agree with you say he's difficult to win. Pius, let me say a question. Okay, so your parliamentary candidate in CCC I may check results no of election 2020 West Jamai. Nipa kono contest on MPP tickets when him told you more votes than you into be contested bill. It's a rhetorical question. I don't want an answer.
Well, you should answer it.
Number 2.
It's not correct.
Okay. Nipa Paul,
and again, I told you, sir.
2020 no. 2020 the general election. 2020 no. There was a different candidate.
Exactly.
The person got 23,000. 23,201. Pius contested in 2024. Nya 21,291, representing 44%. Nipa kono contested 2020 nya 48%.
Into argument and say what's honestly,
I don't
really
believe in that argument.
No, you should believe in it because really and truly, no.
If you look around the world, Nipa contested election one.
But the person
they come again and they come to do wonderful things. They come to do wonderful things for the country Ghana. So what you say?
No.
And around the world, there are times that obi kobako olusu obebio owene otimi beye adia eboa omaino. And I think that trumps the argument say wakobako olusu inti you shouldn't contest again because I think Pius is a fine gentleman or contest biewa or deserve so to me here to Jamaica. And I believe he should contest again. And he has not been able to tell us one reason in here, Dr. Baomianti. So as I say, we lost an election. We lost the election badly. Nobody is running away from that. But we have to tackle that problem. So I'll move on. The second thing, no, that's not the reason. I gave you so many reasons. I told you that you're very prepared. Makacho said,
May react to her because
may react, yeah. So Mekache will say he's the most prepared, and I've given you cogent reasons in Tia. I was say my Dr. Bawumia. The argument is never sold in Akoba Kuntifani Kobiu. No, that's the least of it. And we are just saying, say, I know you're an added advantage. I'll share your political history in it is demonstrated. Say consistency matters. In Tia, no, a extra advantage to that thing. But oh sure, no, so I don't know any. Ghana, and it's very simple. We can talk about a lot of things. Abwa country. He spoke about DDP and a lot of things. Okay, probably stop distracting me. But all there was a lot of issues with DDP near DNT and Ghana for and Toma Dr. Bawumia, and I think that's quite unfortunate. So share the trajectory of Ghana. The history of Ghana from 2016, a lot of the economic indicators were good prior to COVID, and it's a fact that you can't dispute. You basically have data and like Pius said, sector by sector, there are lots of things that we did well, but there's obviously by the quantum of the defeats, and so we can't say we had everything right. Something monumental is here across the world, somewhere 2022, 2023. Last month was the same. How much COVID had an impact on our economy. And as the economy is rebounding. Obia Jitum said Ghana's economy is rebounding. Now your Coco Shim say they na esinti economy ni rebounding. Yes, say MPP for more Muya DBA friend domestic gold purchase program. I dig gold ebe back Ghana economy no. And no kahunti na ye recover. Ni asako bisa. Why na this idea ne buy? Now you're busy who say Dr. Bawumia and who ye party ni now was any pay more. Why what's the point of changing that person?
Say more be yes, I say ye baby a where then yes Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia. edu baby ni ese ni ha so nye onu oka ho mo si onyu ono
there be so you say that's not the conversation I have at all. First, I've emphasized the importance of collective responsibility several times. Yin na yet here representing for omudi party munimu pa Pius or representing former agric minister no say national security ontimi nkasa aban no nka ho yewura menua kobia mo no so represent yewura Kennedy
yewura when I get some free video
no yeah boy
okay in
fact he's on record as to say Ashanti region a minister senior kwa ne fie ne ye appointment nti ono so ntimi nkasa aban no ni nsawo no bia won nsawo but ye kasa niama bi wo initiatives bi wo ho aye nim dio spearhead e ti say ne ye kasa dio che I fertilizer you nim the or chair yeah check the who be some question so
say me question me be say mu nyina ne say mumma ye hu mani suade hu no eti say all the yard for na sinu no so a
the first time me
but ebi why Mr. Pius o kasa man kebi ekwie kasa man kebi Pius Mr. there be time no be so ebi why Mama Paris be so many in AB. Obi e kasa won say me shede me ma no man kasa. Okay. Me dey ade ba kwa me kan say bi en say obe end na akra o kan me bi say baby e ho de no e ma ye nje ma ye ho na de enwu no de say ye nyina esa na ye nyina ne ye ho endi ni in law e be ka say you can't approbate and reprobate. Say edru baby a ye de a say me candidates and ye on this spearhead there and ye de so ye nyina na ye de hu kotum esa na ye mboa party no na sise no ekia okasa monse manka we na sise obusa de obi betima yama oman no sise de Ghana for hia pa enjuma me wie school me ja e bia film no mo wa chire kakra we na me chen no but if you bude de o de misisi no kakra nya hwe me nua no me nua na gine yeti but say ye hwe Ghana for ade ba ko ya ade ba ko e hia ye pa enjuma say omo aye ni omo wie school from 2017 e na obi hu o TV so obi ti o kan o radio so odwen say bia say kwa bia de afama o ti me ya metanya course pa e kwabna na woni madwuma bia menye bia ye nipa bebre obo ha bon say we school no won sebe for be ko be 10 years we university won sheda nya adwuma papa bi anya da e bi say NHIS for be registration ya be fa no 2 weeks and no quest can be ban bi 6 months time they gonna for ehia ehwe pa enjuma na so hwe MPP party no you see we believe in our private sector led job creation na obeti so no amuken Japan ade ba kwa nya me de adom na obi antimi nchi mfinisem na ability to create jobs papa no ene me no ka say obi enjuma bebre as of now enjuma we bi kra echo 8,000 eno na me ne Kenneth why employing by 8,000 sorry over 30 companies eno na me ne Kenneth bisa one of his companies Platinum Plastics no Ghana for afọ medjuma 367 India 15 now some more distribution centers across the country distribution centers be 25 ebia ni pa nya adwuma hokra no na enye 10 na say you can say private sector job led job creation and also aban bit na abo ABI na also afa adwuma na amafo anya bi aban bit ma abo Pius na also afa adwuma amafo anya bi aban bit ma abo Akua na also aye afa abi adwuma amafo anya bi na aban betima esana na es aban ete private sector for ase aban ni enim ahohiahia private sector for fam na Kennedy na ono no eye private sector man a wafa sa ahohiahia mu sa no se nyamenye na dum no nya tumi na ono better private sector for na se more abo mama for enjuma ono abo we be steel plant hotema fe steel plant hoka over $100 million plant no say start adwuma nikim ye distribution afimo direct jobs for factory on quite 1,100 right from the beginning and so intimi nye adwuma because aban electricity policy cra in supporting such an industry no enye strong but obiti say I am panyini a on massa adwuma 1,000 over 1,000 no enko waste or den hye papa be ba e be bo amanfo enye adwuma say nipa ebre ho na omodwen say aban na fa adwuma ye pe aban adwuma but so hye omanim ene yente ase ene se de enjuma sem city a aban kwent mi for enjuma aban enjuma fa no it has to match aban productivity na especially a party they believe in private sector job creation, believe in capitalism there. Some crown na ejuma. IMF they be almost report, but in fact, President Mahama minister Mokaya, they ba ko man lose 2016 he say amoko IMF they say aban e fa njuma bebre nti ye de a ban to public sector employment so. Ti ye hia obi a owo saa enwuma bi anim hunim de na Ghana fo beji na di. And also very important. Say Ghana for be dinner say we dear or see our wedding or yo we dear ye bono ye to me mano so me njuma obebi amaye. Ye say he obi o discipline. Discipline who hear me and I say just MP can say become am shame. Or say ye dru baby a as a Ghana for no membru ni bi kura e kon ya akwakodo soja ban. And so den KMPC be hu bi kura. No kana me kai say President Mahama mun se me kai inauguration inauguration 23 heads of state in the bay. Emu 23 na bay no. Do Ghana for a budget so nya fans pa Traore, president of Ivory Coast. President of Burkina. Ghana for in a budget so nya Burkina for na budget so Ghana for ko video no president e bay no budget so. Na dentia NSA hu if we say na man for hu soldier for omodwen say oh omo nsonsem fon so omo ye discipline. No more than say na human right abuses in your man your soldier by ni no man for many nko but ye share everywhere all kasa man say yo Debbie I'm 30 seconds na me omo nyina kasa man kasa ma me si for ma na ye say ota okadua no den we in America so probi a oye discipline na onso nsem so a obi don peke na tem kra nim say kende enya de bia na obeso so discipline make mama examples
that's it abusia lawyer Kobi Amwa na wate ne nka no ye ne ate asi fomo ano no Pius
Mestre say 1 year there obi endi ne hone na yenyina yenye ne ye
dey na so verify
ni ame pese me kan say me no yi ni voice is sweet pa ni momu nsem ne dodo ona no enye ne ni ayede ene ma ne ye no kre Dr. Brana Champon empanyifo mienu ya omo wo manimi omo candidate no o ka mo mienu nyina bom business asem a woke eye no kre Ghana fo no pedwuma na ne wabu adwuma e wo yen 5 empanyim 5 a omo nyina pressure ye to abanoma ho ne awu cost need say na nkrofo mami kama sem you bet me too me come we agreed that we are going to allow everybody to now the one who here judge on well juma okay kura no still company okay kura na nya juma tim jai wo be say jai enti no jai
because of but that's not the only people I mentioned. I said my Pius. No, but I said it.
No, but who said
that's not I said my no credit.
Juma. Still company.
But that's not me.
Juma, a foundation stage grab baby and baby and cost.
Oh, Pius.
See me na me come as who say program. You have your 1 minute. Oh,
I mean yes.
Jai. Enti na me can say waka empanyin for imi no abomu. You see business here. Dr. Brana Champo.
We be enjuma say.
Now Rock City work order. Into IT we own him. The biggest software. The biggest 13 companies to his.
How many jobs?
Over 3,000 jobs every month.
Over 8,000.
But and again no Dr. Baumia. Oh yes you know yeah Krachi. Na Krachi no Dr. Brana Champo. Krachi papa 1 bachelor's, 4 masters, 1 PhD. And to me see omutu strength no Dr. Ken ni strength no the private sector any job creation any Dr. Baumia ni strength academia intellectual Dr. Brana Champo akasa ade ne mienu nyina abomu ye po bia obetumi de nkaboma ba Dr. Brana Champo because why na cast obema show down and why
na masena memfa mo ensi ebre no enya ye be campaign no se mu bi so enti bra no mbesan ba nana bedase nana lawyer bedase dia here wona wo se
no everywhere about the steel factory I told you that make us I told you and I was clear that steel factory no government is me man electricity to me start we still factory area
okay
we still factory area and I said that and I was emphatic
Yeah, that's it. I was your mamma, and I'm penny for it, I say, and then I'm penny for me and son, and the sea, ever, Benny, so.
As you was a make it.
I was your man for Monsiana, Yampo, Mammy for Monsiana, men no massive. From Dr. Muhammadu Baumia, ne camp, was you message no Abba, was you quite in the year day Abba, and lawyer Kwesi Kwati, or say, here.